Hey everyone. So tonight I'm making just a quick, easy weeknight meal. It's a pork chop sheet pan meal. And this is our 15 by 10 stoneware pan. I am going to do just slightly different from what the recipe says. It says to put your green beans on first. I'm going to put my pork chops on first. I'm going to open it over here in case there's some drippage. Looks like it could be. Just rinse him off, it'll be okay. So I am just going to put these on the pan. Put that away in a minute. We are going to do just a little bit of salt over them. And the same with the pepper. Then I'm going to take, this is our new chip clip and bag cutter. Now it looks just like a regular chip clip, but on this side it actually has a cutter blade in it. And every once in a while I get bogged down with some of this where it's double layered, where there's a seam in the middle, but for a lot of things it works really good. You're just gonna press down on it and go straight across, and it's gonna open your bag. So if you had chips or something that you needed to reseal, you could just turn around, roll it down, and then clip with the other side. But we're not gonna do that because we're gonna use all these green beans. There's a lot more in there. Nope. And then we are going to take a tablespoon of vegetable oil. And drizzle this over the green beans. Now that bag of green beans I used said it was already washed and ready to go, pre-snipped. So that's why I didn't do anything else to it. If you don't like the way it is, then you could always alter it. What did I do? My 1/4 teaspoon. So we're going to put that 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to do maybe 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. And then with these, we are going to use 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. And at this point, you're just going to kind of stir these around on the pan. Still don't want to really overlap them with the pork chop because I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those. If you've ever had the Longhorn Parmesan crusted chicken, this is kind of going to be on that same style. Grab a paper towel real quick. So in here I have 4 ounces of cream cheese. We are going to add a teaspoon of our Pampered Chef Italian seasoning. So this recipe actually doesn't call for Parmesan, but I don't see why you couldn't add it if you really do like that. And we're back to 1/4 teaspoon of salt again. So I have pepper, no pepper. 2/3 cup of panko breadcrumbs. So I'm going to use my small mix and scrape and mash this together. So you either want to leave your cream cheese sitting out, or you want to I put it in the microwave actually on defrost so I would be able to stir it together. You don't want it to cook, you just want it to soften up. And I think I did it for about a minute, and that's just enough that I can get this to spread around a little bit. And you could do this one of two ways. You could go ahead and put this in the oven and bake it for maybe 10 minutes or so, and then pull this out and put this on. I lowered the temperature for what it calls for. It called for 450. I'm gonna put it at 400. I'm just gonna put this on. I don't really think the cream cheese will like melt and get all spread off of it. I think it'll pretty well stay together. But I just lowered the temperature just to make sure. And that buys me time to figure out what side we're gonna do with this. It shows in the picture like a wild rice dish. You could, at this point, once you put this in the oven, you're just baking it until the pork chops are done and until this is browned. So you could do whatever you like for your side. You could do macaroni and cheese, you could do rice, you could actually even quarter some potatoes and put them on the tray with this, or put them in your air fryer. Or you could just have a salad with it, whatever it is that you like, mashed potatoes. Because the good thing about a sheet pan meal is, once you put it in the oven and it's working, it's doing its thing. You're either free to make a side, or you're free to sit down and have a glass of sweet tea or a glass of wine, I guess, depending on how your day's been. So I'm gonna put this in the oven. And like I said, I'm not taking it out after 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it for the 25 or 30, however long it takes the pork to cook. So then at that point, this is our 1 cup prep bowl. You need some sort of a microwavable bowl. Pull my recipe back up here. We are going to mix, and this is a different combination, so I'm interested in seeing how this works. But it says you can dip your chicken nuggets in it, that it's kind of a spicy, sweet, savory sauce. So I showed you the other night measuring liquids in here. Get some cream cheese and panko off my hands. We're going to use the other side, and we are going to do 1/4 cup of ketchup. Where's my measurement here? I'm going to push that down to the 1/4 cup. If you shake it up, if there's any liquid in it, it won't come all pouring out first. Same thing with mustard. I think we're getting to the bottom of this. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this works. We're just going to pop this out here. I got my long skinny scraper. I'm just going to scrape what didn't slide out. It slid out pretty good. And then at this point, we are going to do 1/2 cup of seedless raspberry jam. And I don't know if y'all use seedless raspberry jam very much. I actually use it a lot with appetizers, like with brie in it. It tastes really good. So I may be shy. I don't know if I have quite 1/2 cup. If I am, then Pampered Chef makes a raspberry habanero sauce, and I may make up the difference with that, but I don't know. I may have exactly what I need. It's close, but it may be short just a tad. So I'm gonna add just a smidge. of our raspberry habanero. So this will give it just a slight little bit of sweetness that the recipe probably isn't calling for. And that will run out, so. And what we're gonna do with this is pop this in the microwave for about 30 to 40 seconds just to blend it together, stir it together really good. And when your pork chops come out, you're gonna drizzle this over the top of that cream cheese mixture for a nice savory, sweet topping or sauce. And that's really all there is to it, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you some inspiration to do some sheet pans of meals of your own. Like I said, they're really quick, really easy. You put them in, let them do their thing. Have a good evening, guys. Bye-bye.